So we're here with James Duncan after a great Chesham 3, Truro 1 result. James, give us your thoughts on today's performance.
Pleasing first half for a spell where whenever we passed or entered their box, I thought we looked like we was going to score or cause some problems. So when our front players got good service and when they made good decisions, I think the Zats goal was outstanding in terms of the build-up play from the whole side. So that's really pleasing. We spoke a lot to the boys about when we get into opposing halves and around the box, different combinations that we can play. And one of them obviously just worked there, but credit to the boys for that. And the other two are penalties, but how do you get your penalties? You get your penalties through good play in the box, and both of them were pens. So yeah, pleased with that against a good Truro side who come the end of the season, they'll be there or thereabouts in around the top 5 of the other big hitters. So to win 3-1 at home to them is a good result.
So you say about the second half, did you change anything at half time?
We didn't really. They changed shape, so they changed, and they changed a couple with their personnel. And it's just naturally when you're winning, I don't know why, you just naturally get a bit deeper. And I thought we were too deep when we played, and we invited them on a little bit too much. They got the shape change probably, I think, from their manager probably helped them a little bit. I think they had more possession, they got into our box a bit more, there's a couple of good chances, obviously they got their goal as well, and I think we had to have a bit more composure and a bit more guile just when the ball turned over. It almost become like, well, let's give them the ball back and we're going to go and defend, where you've got to take more control of that in games. You said that at the end, even when you're winning, you've got to go in there and still play and have good habits. But I feel for the boys a little bit because it's a natural thing to do, just to get a little bit deeper as well. So we've got to work on that, because a couple of times we have gone in front and we've almost gone a bit too deep. So we've still got to work on getting on the pitch. So yeah.
So who particularly were you pleased with their performance today?
I wanted to say a clean sheet, but we let go in at the end, and that's really. I think it was more kind of a team performance rather than a standout. And obviously, pleased that Braddock's got his 2 goals, and I know Zach's got his goal as well, which is pleasing. But I don't think there was a real standout. I think it's good that Jammers thought he was excellent again. And he's come in and he's gone in there with midfield with Rolfie, and when Ronnie's come on and stuff. So I think it's more of a team today. I don't think there's one standout individual I would say that they've really done well.
You say about Jammers, he's just come back and he's played in about 3 different positions in as many games. But where do you hope for him, or is he?
He's the player he is. He can kind of slot in. We had a centre half problem last week. He started in at centre half. He come on in a 10, I think, against Hendon. He played midfield today, but that's his ability. The lad's got so much ability. I think he's and the way he plays the game, I think he can slot into those positions. So going forward, I'm not sure. We've spoken to him about it. So I think we've just got to manage the injuries and the knocks and see what happens. And we probably played him too many minutes than we would have wanted. But the last couple of games we haven't managed to get him off because other people got knocks. But he'll be an important player for us going forward.
So was that tactical, bringing Brad and Zach off?
Yeah. I just felt they were overloading us in the wide areas. They went to a 4. The fullback got a bit higher. The winger stayed higher, especially on the right hand side. Chin was always kind of dealing with like a 2v1 situation as well. So we just tried to move it around a little bit to try and help that. Same thing on the not as much on the other side, but it was more to kind of counter that really. Yeah, that's why we made changes.
Looking ahead, Harrow twice in a week.
Yeah, it's tough. I've got to say I'm really disappointed in the league. I know there's a rule when a game gets called off, you have to play within 6 weeks. But our standard of football, there's no way you should be playing a team twice in 5 days in a league fixture, unless you can't avoid it towards the end of the season. But we're in December. There's plenty of times to get another fixture in. I'm not just saying it, but mainly because of us. But obviously, I'm sure they wouldn't want to play any team really. At least it's not just Harrows, any team back to back. But we deal with it. That's the way it is. We come here Tuesday. It's what I said against Beaconsfield. We know their management very well. They're great guys, good managers, and they know us. We know all of their players. They know all of our players. So there's no surprise element. It's a bit of a derby game as well. Every time we play them, we've always had tight games against them. So it'll be another tight game. We're going to have to play well. If we don't play well, we will get beat. They're a good side. They had a brilliant FA Cup run. Just kind of shows what kind of players they've got and the side they've put together. So if we're going to win games, we've got to play well again.
Excellent. Well done today on 3 points, and let's hope for another 3 on Tuesday night.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.